Hello, it's Lady G, and we're going to walk and talk. Today, I wanted to talk to you about how to start a spiritual journey. But before I begin, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe and like the video so that others who are interested in starting a spiritual journey will see this too. So, when I started my spiritual journey, I found that the following 3 things helped me to get started and stay the course. So, the first thing I did was commit to starting my spiritual journey by taking daily actions. I committed to engaging in spiritual practices every day, even if it was for just a few minutes in the morning when I woke up, during a daily break, or at night before bed. Or sometimes it was just as many times as I felt like it. So, I engaged in meditation. Sometimes that was quiet time where I just kind of observed my thoughts and then let them go. Or I used guided meditations that I found online. Often I would go for walks in nature, especially near groups of trees, flowers, and bodies of water. These are very spiritual places. I also engaged in prayer. So for me, the Lord's Prayer has always been something that I can rely on. The Psalms are a really good place to find prayers like Psalm 23 or Psalm 91, depending on what you're praying about. But of course, you want to go with what matches your beliefs. I also would read materials and watch videos that were enriching, uplifting, and relevant to me, including content from Neville Goddard, Iyanla Vanzant, Michael Bernard Beckwith, Marianne Williamson, and so many more. Journaling was also very important to me. I used journals to track any new spiritual resources or teaching that I was interested in learning more about, including books, articles, links, or different techniques. I also wrote about any spiritual insights that I gained or any actions that I wanted to take. I created a journal to track this information in one place, and I will link that for you down in the description. So another thing that I did, step 2, I continued my spiritual practices and I stayed open to new ideas. So I promised myself that I would continue with meditation, prayer, walks in nature, and journaling. But I also paid attention to any insights that I gained from these activities, which I recorded in my journal. I always date my entries and go back to see if I can find any correlation between any new insights and events that happened in my life, particularly when I'm trying to manifest something. I also look for signs that guide me toward new spiritual teachers, videos, podcasts, or books. Then I check it out. Now, after examining this new information, I'd ask myself, is this information resonating with me? Do I feel it? If I did, I continued to pursue it. If I didn't, I put it down. Everything ain't for everybody. Step 3, which I think is critical. I came to terms with the fact that my spiritual path is a solo process. Think of it this way. Unless you are a twin or a triplet or such, you were born alone and you will one day die alone. Even if you meet your demise in a group setting, your actual death will be an individual endeavor. So I came to terms with the fact that my spiritual journey is also a solo process, meaning it's mine alone. Now, you may have a partner, friend, or family member who just can't understand why you have chosen to pursue a particular spiritual path. Or maybe you can't understand why no one else is as excited about your newfound spiritual awakening as you are. And it may come to a point where you have to decide for yourself which is more important. The peace that you receive by pursuing your new spiritual journey or someone else's happiness. Now, I can't tell you what to do there, but I can tell you that as I've gotten older, I realize that I have to do what works for me, even if my loved ones can't get with it. Now, if you find that your new spiritual journey is causing major conflicts with others and you aren't able to escape it, You may need to be more discreet with your practices, at least until you're equipped to come to some kind of compromise or exit the situation as safely as possible. So, those are the 3 steps I used to start my spiritual journey. Again, I committed to starting the journey in the first place by taking daily actions. I continued those spiritual practices and I stayed open to new ideas. And finally, I came to terms with the fact that my spiritual journey is a solo process and yours is too. Do you want to talk about it? Drop down in comments and don't forget to like and subscribe.